Hello children, this video is in continuity with the previous video of the chapter Animal Breeding for Improvement in Food Production. The objectives of this video are poultry farm management, poultry breeds, poultry care, poultry diseases and farm management, prevention of infectious diseases, animal breeding techniques, inbreeding, outbreeding, crossbreeding, interspecific hybridization, and controlled breeding experiments. So, talking about poultry farm management. Poultry farming, it basically deals with the rearing of domesticated fowls, that are chicken, ducks, turkey, for their eggs and meat. Poultry products like eggs are a rich source of animal protein, fat, vitamin, and minerals. Poultry birds are easy to raise. They can be acclimatized to wide range of climatic conditions and have a short lifespan and of course are prolific breeders. Prolific means they increase at a very high rate. Poultry breeds. The various poultry breeds in India are classified into three main types. One is indigenous breeds, other is exotic breeds, and third one is crossbreeds. So first of all, we'll be talking about indigenous breeds. There are three pure breeds of indigenous fowls, of which Asil or Indian game is the most popular. Asil fowls are used in cockfighting. They provide high yield of meat but are not good egg layers. Average weight of the cock is about 4 to 5 kg and that of the hen is approximately 3 to 4 kg. Asil breed has a number of varieties, of which most popular indigenous breeds are Pila, that is golden red, Yakub, black and red, Nuri, that is white, and Kajal, that is black in color. So here we can see this first variety, it is Asil, that is known as Indian game. Now talking about exotic breeds. There are a number of exotic breeds of fowl. Two most popular breeds used in our country are White Leghorn and Rhode Island Red. So talking about White Leghorn, it is highly reputed exotic breeds that produce long white eggs. The bird have a small body size and need less food for maintenance. The hens are good egg layers. Talking about Rhode Island Red, it is also an exotic breed of fowl and as the name suggests, was developed on the farms of Rhode Island in USA. It is dual type of breed. It is a very good egg layer and also yield good meat. Last, we are going to discuss about crossbreeds. A number of new breeds have been developed by crossbreeding. The indigenous breeds with high yielding exotic breeds. They are used for production of egg and meat. These breeds yield about 200 eggs per bird annually and consumes far less food. The examples of crossbreeds are HH260, IBL80 and B77. Talking about the care of poultry breeds. In poultry, the first phase of life is the growing period. It is a period of a bird from chick up to the sexual maturity. During this period, the chicken are called growers. The growers requires enough space. Overcrowding can suppress their growth, means it can hinder or affect their growth. They are given the feed in a restricted and a calculated manner. The next period is a laying period. It is a period from sexual maturity till the end of egg laying. During this period, the chicken are called layers. The layers, they require enough space, proper lighting, and optimum temperature for laying eggs. The light intensity and its duration directly affect the laying output or egg yield. Now we'll be talking about the broilers. The broilers are used for meat. They have different requirements from layers in terms of housing, nutrition, and environment. They need to be provided with conditions that enable their fast growth and low mortality. Mortality means death rate. Their food or ration is rich in protein and has adequate fat. It has high amount of vitamin A and vitamin K. Poultry feed includes cereals like bajra, wheat, maize, millets, oil cakes, protein concentrates, minerals, and green vegetables. Now we'll be talking about the diseases. Poultry diseases and farm management. Poultry birds suffer from a number of diseases caused by viruses, bacteria, fungi, parasites, or either they suffer from nutritional deficiencies. They can be controlled with better management like selection of disease-free and suitable breeds, proper and safe farm conditions, hygiene by providing proper housing, cleaning and sanitizing conditions in their cages, healthcare by spraying disinfectants at regular intervals, by timely vaccination against infectious diseases. Some common poultry diseases that affect poultry birds are fowlpox, fowl cholera, bird flu, ranicate, coryza, and aspergillosis. Prevention of infectious diseases. Infection in animals can occur through skin, digestive tract, respiratory tract, conjunctiva, urinogenital tract, umbilicus, udder, and eggs. Given below are some of the ways how we can prevent infectious diseases in poultry. First, isolation of animals, that is keeping them separate, proper disposal of carcass, cleaning and disinfection of animal house at regular intervals, transfer of healthy animal to other pastures, vaccination of animals to immunize them, injection of anti-serum, that is rich in antibodies, to healthy animals. Animal health or veterinary services should be immediately informed. There are various animal breeding techniques that we need to discuss in this chapter. So animal breeding, it aims at improving the genotype, that is the genetic constitution of an animal for any character. So genotype of domesticated animals to make them more useful to humans. Animal breeding is done to get varieties with desired characters. The main objectives of animal breeding are improved growth rate of animals, increased production of milk, meat, eggs, and wool, superior quality of products like milk, meat, and eggs, improved resistance to various diseases, that is, their capacity to fight against diseases, increased reproduction rate, and increased productive life. First, we'll be talking about inbreeding, then we'll be discussing about outbreeding and crossbreeding. Inbreeding refers to the mating of more closely related animals of the same breed for 4 to 6 generations. Here in this you can see they are more closely related. Inbreeding means they are inbreeding or they are breeding among their own species. So here, mating of superior cow and superior bull to get the first progeny, selection of superior cow and superior bull of desired characters, continued selection and breeding. Inbreeding increases homozygosity, means the similar types of genes passed from generation to generation. Selective inbreeding helps in the accumulation of superior genes in a breed and elimination of undesirable genes. Inbreeding increases the productivity, but continued inbreeding reduces fertility, that is, the organism becomes sterile, and productivity, and also leads to inbreeding depression. Talking about outbreeding, it is a practice of mating of animals within the same breed but having no common ancestor on either side of their pedigree for 4 to 5 generations. Pedigree means family tree. The offspring produced is called an outcross. It is the best breeding method for animals that are below average and in productivity of milk or growth rate. A single outcross often helps to overcome inbreeding depressions. Last, we'll be talking about crossbreeds. Now, in crossbreeds, crossbreeding is the breeding of superior male of one breed with the superior female of another breed. It allows desirable qualities of two different breeds to be combined into a single breed. The progeny or the animal called hybrid may be used for commercial production. Crossbreeding is also used to improve the existing inferior breeds of cows. Here in this picture it is quite clear that superior male is selected Then it is mated with superior female. The progeny or the hybrid which is obtained, it is having all the superior qualities which can again be mated. Suppose here we are talking about a superior breed cow. It is mated with superior breed of bull. The progeny which is produced, it is kept on, they keep on breeding it with the superior bulls, so that the entire variety which is obtained, it is having good features. Talking about interspecific hybridization refers to mating of male and female animals belonging to two different species. The progeny obtained is different from both parents and is called a hybrid. It may combine desirable traits of both the parents, hence may be of good economic value. For example, breeding of male donkey with a female horse produces a mule. The hybrid is sturdier and hardier. It means it is having more strength than the parent species. It is of economic value. Also, as it is well suited for hard work in difficult areas like mountainous regions. Interspecific hybridization may result in a sterile hybrid. Sterile means they cannot reproduce. So here we can see the crossbreeding of a horse with the donkey, which results in the formation of a mule. Similarly, we can talk about liger and tiger. When we talk about liger, it is lion male and tiger female crossbred to form liger male, and tigon, that is formed by tiger male and lion female. Controlled breeding experiments. First one, it is artificial insemination. It is a process by which semen collected from superior quality males is injected into the reproductive tract of the selected females during the period of heat, means during the process of reproduction, when they are reproductively mature. Second is multiple ovulation embryo transfer technology, that is MOET. It is important from abbreviation point of view also. So talking about multiple ovulation embryo transfer technology, it has been observed often that the success rate of crossing mature male and female animals in fairly low, even though artificial insemination is carried out to improve the chances of successful production of hybrids. Often other means are used. Multiple ovulation embryo transfer technology is one such program. In this, by super ovulation, instead of 1, 4 to 10 embryos are produced at a time. Now each fertilized embryo at 8 to 32 cell stage is transferred into a carrier cow, which could even be of inferior quality, in surrogate mother. Further development of embryo till birth takes place. By this technique, a number of super milch cows or high quality meat yielding bulls can be produced. By deep freezing, that is approximately at minus 196 degrees Celsius, it is possible to preserve 7 days old fetus for several years to be used later, as and when needed. This technology has been used in cattle, sheep, rabbits, and buffaloes production. So here it is clearly shown that cow is administered with FSH, that is follicle stimulating hormone. It results in maturation of follicles. As a result, super ovulation, that is approximately 6 to 8 eggs are produced per cycle. Now, a superior bull is allowed to mate, means the semen is introduced into the female. Embryos are recovered, and these embryos can be cryopreserved, that is, they can be preserved at minus 196 degrees Celsius to be used later, or they can be transferred to surrogate mother so as to produce the hybrids. Thank you and have a good day.